Vendors, like Maria Cisneros, set up their tables with ornaments for visitors to decorate their own altars at home with. The altars have photos and decorations meant to guide spirits on their journey to the afterlife.
One of the best places in the world to me. I love it there.
And I was born there. I mean, he met my mom out there, and eventually I came to fruition.
Yep.
And I grew up in the town up until 6th grade is when I moved out here.
The Heard Museum kicked off Pride Night with a bang and slayed the competition by hosting its first ever native drag show. Our producer Audrianna Smith introduces us to host and queen Pyra Addiction, who gave us a special insight into the local drag scene. In her own words.
My name is Pyra Addiction. I've been performing for 3 years in Phoenix, Arizona. I lived here for all my life.
Oh, okay, some people came prepared. Some people came prepared. I love that.
When I first got started, I used to go to drag shows regularly in the community. Then, like every other drag queen, they got started on amateur nights. Usually there's competitions. You go dress up in whatever you can find together to pass off as drag and perform. I performed, fell in love with it. A couple of show directors out here fell in love with me and gave me the opportunity to start to perform. That's kind of how it goes, your drag evolution. Phoenix is a small growing city with the drag community. We all kind of know each other and go from Flagstaff to Phoenix to Tucson. People do appreciate drag. I've been seeing it with things like this, like the Heard Museum, that drag is becoming very mainstream here.
I am the digital content manager here at the museum, and I'm very excited that this is like a full freaking house. It's crazy.
Fell in love with drag, and now I'm here hosting my show at the Heard Museum.
But yeah, Chaos, when you see her come out here, the outfit that she is wearing, she literally made today, and it is stunning. So when you see her, scream.
If you're in the native drag scene, you know you're native. Everyone who I've met who's indigenous, we all know each other. We know that we're native. With the indigenous side of the drag community, they're very just immediately welcoming. They will talk to you. They will just treat you kind of like your relative and like your brother or sister and look out for you. But I feel like the one reason that we've really been different is we're all dedicated. I want to make sure that the audience is smiling. If they're not smiling, I will come to you, perform right in front of you, look into your eyes and make sure there's that connection.
It's the second night of Dia de los Muertos here at Roosevelt 16. Dia de los Muertos is a 3-day celebration meant to honor the lives, not deaths, of family and ancestors. It's filled with traditions of altars, flower crowns, and sugar skulls.
In Mexico, when you're given a sugar skull that has your name on it, they're not telling you, oh, I hope you die. They're telling you that even when you die, I will never forget who you are.
The altars have photos and decorations meant to guide spirits on their journey to the afterlife. Vendors, like Maria Cisneros, set up their tables with ornaments for visitors to decorate their own altars at home with.
I have lots of goodies for your altars to add, to make. Actually, I've been doing crafting, making stuff since I was a little girl, but I really got into it probably like 3 years ago. Hardcore doing Dia de los Muertos.
Dia de los Muertos has always been a time of celebration and joy for the family and loved ones who've been left behind by those who have passed on. This year especially, it has taken on a special meaning with COVID and the impact that it has had on this community.
Since my mom passed last year in August, but COVID related, it's gotten to me. So it's like a way to remember her, another day to remember her. I remember her every single day, but this is just another day to honor her, I should say.
Despite their losses, the community has held true to the meaning of Dia de los Muertos and chooses to not fear death, but celebrate life. In downtown Phoenix, Audrianna Smith, Cronkite News.
Short story essentially was about just an asshole cop that treated everybody the same. He treated everybody like an asshole. What if all those bad deeds, all those bad choices that this cop has manifested over this town for his whole career, what if that one night just turned on him and it into this evil thing that came alive after it was in an accident?
It's about a detective, it's about a police officer, and it's got the creepy supernatural thing. And then we started talking about the culture of New Mexico and the stuff that I grew up with. And I'll let you go first.
Well, that's I became a state cop in February 14th, 1993. I started the academy, the 53rd New Mexico State Police Academy. The best state police academy that ever went through that institution, by the way. No. And you 53rds know what I'm talking about, but it is essentially the unnatural. Las Vegas is the unnatural. It's the story. The good, the bad, the ugly, it's probably one of my favorite places on the planet, and it just felt natural that would, with the story that we wanted to tell and how we wanted to tell it, it's going to be the source of many more stories to come, I believe. It's just one of the best places in the world to me. I love it there.
And I was born there. I mean, he met my mom out there, and eventually I came to fruition.
Yep.
And I grew up in the town up until 6th grade is when I moved out here.